This is the weather forecast video for Tuesday, January 3rd, 2012. Let's take a look at the satellite image from last evening. See the storm system producing some lake effect snow over the lakes and into New England, some cloudiness moving into the plain states from the northwest, and a storm over the Pacific Northwest once more. Watch warning map from just before midnight. Some winter storm warnings continue over the lakes. Winter weather advisories from Kentucky eastward into the Virginias and up into Pennsylvania. Some frost and freeze advisories along the Gulf Coast. QPF chart. Precipitation over the next 5 days through Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. Pretty dry across the country. A little bit of rain over the south, some snow over the lakes. But the main story will be the heavy precipitation over Washington State again. So let's take a look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. This is at 6 p.m. this evening. See the peace energy that produced the winds over the last 2 days is now off the New England coast, producing some little bit of snow there. The lake effect continues over the snow belts of Ohio and Pennsylvania and New York. Otherwise, outside of western Washington, it's dry. Continues to be dry for most of the country even into Wednesday. The far west coast, some lake effects still over at least New York, Pennsylvania into New England, with the rest of the nation continues quiet. That even continues to Thursday. Some rain and mountain snow over the northwest, lake effect over New York State, maybe a little precipitation over the Texas and Louisiana Gulf Coast, which continues into Friday. Little disturbance moves across the U.S.-Canadian border, could kick off a snow shower or two across northern Minnesota and into the Upper Peninsula. That even continues into Saturday. Rain over the south, a little bit of light snow, maybe some lake effect over Wisconsin and Michigan. Sunday, that moves off. Lake effect continues over the Great Lakes. Temperatures, after they warm up substantially, cool back down into the 30s once more on Sunday. And Monday, this progressive pattern continues, warms back up. This easily could see temperatures back above 40 again, with the cold weather well off to our east. A week from today, the pattern continues to be progressive. Another piece of energy coming down into Montana and the northern Rockies, with a progressive pattern along the southern tier. Some snow over Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. A big storm off the east coast will affect mainly the ships and sea, and dry elsewhere. A day later, though, a low forms along the Texas Panhandle and races northeastward. This could bring some snow and colder air once more into the middle part of the country. We head further to the 15th. Here comes another piece of energy diving in across the west coast with southwesterly winds aloft, a ridge over Florida and a ridge way off over the Pacific. Could mean maybe some rain, a little bit of maybe some flurry activity over far southern Iowa, but we'll be looking toward the southwest where a low will be forming over Arizona. At the end of the forecast, on the 18th, that trough axis is still off to our west. Another piece of energy coming down the Canadian west coast, and that means we could see some rain to our south and what could be some moderate snow possible, if this is right, across the state. We've seen this before in longer runs before. Thank you for tuning in to the weather forecast video. We'll have another one tomorrow.